Hello, it's Jessica. I wanted to hop on here live and talk to you a little bit about my friend that's sitting here, the quick cooker. I'm going to back it up a little bit because you can't really see it. But this is the quick cooker. And so if you're not familiar, this is Pampered Chef's version of electric pressure cookers, kind of like an Instant Pot or something like that. But there are a few cool features about it that I do want to point out to you. And then I want to share with you a little bit more about how it helps my family to be on time for meals, how it helps us to eat a little healthier, and just makes life simple for us. So let me show you a few things. You might have seen it when I picked it up here. The handles on the bottom, which I love. You're not having to grab it on the top and worry about it opening or splashing out, anything like that. I love how the steam releases. And your finger is nowhere near that steam release because I've been burned before by other products. So when you push this button, that steam release opens and then it sprays. And of course, there's lots of other features, but you can notice it's not a metal outside. And so that means that when it's cooking, it gets warm, but you can touch it. You're not going to get burned. And I love all of those features. They've saved me a lot of headache and prevented some minor injuries, right? So a little bit about that. But just like any other machine, it works pretty much the same way. You're going to open it. You can see there's the inner pot. This comes with it, right? And so this is a stainless one. This is a 6-quart machine, so that's what you're looking at right now. This can go in the dishwasher. And you always need to have this in here because if you were to dump anything right into here, you're going to end up messing up your electronics. So don't do that, okay? You also are going to get this guy. And this is something that you put on top of some of your food or if you want things to not touch the bottom. So like if you're doing hard-boiled eggs, you can lay it in there. If you're wanting to do 2 layers of food, you can do it and put your bowl in there or whatever you're having to put in. And you can cook things on the bottom and cook things on the top in whatever bowl that you have. So there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of accessories that you can find for electric pressure cookers. And for the most part, they are all universal. So what fits in Pampered Chef is going to fit in a brand like Instant Pot or any other brand that you may think of too. So just so you know, okay? Now I do want to show you something that I think is kind of cool. And there's a few other tools that I think would be really fun. Now this is one that saves me a lot of headache. And these are the steamer baskets. So these are the Pampered Chef ones. Comes in a set of 2. You get the shorter one. And of course, you could set that on top of here if you wanted. You could just use it by itself. You can see the feet on there. It elevates it off of the base when you put it in. So you're not getting your boiling water up in your food. So I like that. Of course, you can do your vegetables. It'll help you to keep eating healthy. But you can do more veggies in here. Now, I have done Brussels sprouts in here. And I don't even have them. I just clean them, cut the end off, pop them in here. I'm going to pour a cup of water in to make some steam. Okay, so that's pretty much everything you cook. You need a cup of water or a cup of broth to make sure that the steam is building. And it takes 5 minutes to get soft Brussels sprouts. 5 minutes. That's crazy. Now, of course, there's the time that it takes for it to build the pressure. So that's not included. But the actual cook time once it's to pressure is 5 minutes. Now, what are you asking me? You're going, how long does it take for it to come to pressure? And I can't tell you for sure because each machine's a little different. But it depends on your food. It depends on how full this is. If it's really full, it's going to take longer. If it's not quite as full, it's not going to take as long. Okay. If you have cold food, if it's frozen food, yes, you can go from frozen. I'll talk about that later. Okay. Then it's going to take longer. And if you are cooking, let's see, if you're doing like soups, things that are liquidy, they usually take a little longer as well. So there's a few things. But I actually like this. Now, Pampered Chef does have an egg rack. And so you can do 12 on each rack. If you get 2, you can do 24 and stack them in here. My preferred method is to put them in here because I don't have to worry about those eggs tipping over. And I love that I can just grab this with, of course it's going to be hot when it comes out. So I'm going to grab it with my mitt, pull it out, put it into my ice bath, and go from there. If you wonder about the eggs, you're going to do 5 minutes of pressure with your eggs in there, okay? You're going to let it sit and release that pressure naturally for 5 minutes, and you're going to do a water bath for 5 minutes. And then you have perfect eggs, and they're not yucky in the middle. They don't get like that green layer. It's like no guesswork. It's so easy. And they peel like a dream, even if they're fresh. So if you have farm fresh eggs, this is the way to cook them, okay? So, like I said, you want to have something handy so that you can grab stuff. And I personally, I love these the best, the grips, because they're nimble enough. I can grab this pot out. I can grab those little pieces, you know, when I'm grabbing this, or if I have to grab something like this. This is the ceramic pot. And this makes, like I said, that double cooking with 2 layers makes it so simple because you have this. Let's say I'm going to start some chicken and then I'm going to set this on top and it has rice in here. Okay. And I'm going to cook them both at the same time. And when it's done, there you go. It comes with this little wire cradle. And I don't know if you've ever looked at some instructions for pressure cooker recipes online, but they'll say, like, make a sling out of tin foil and then drape this thing over. And I don't know about you, but I don't have time for that. Okay. So I like that it comes with this wire. And there's other things too. Like there's a bundt pan. There is a cheesecake pan that fits in here that also has a little sling. And so lots of those fun accessories too. Of course, you don't need them. If you wanted to get them, they all come in this big set that you can buy and you're going to get a deal that way. But these are my most used things. So I use that big basket. I use these all the time. And this is my other thing. So here's where this tip comes in. How do I do healthy eating and how do I make sure that we have food ready to go? Okay. I like to do batch cooking, right? So I'm going to make something once, a whole lot of it, and then I can use it in different recipes. So for example, brown rice. Now, do you need to have this guy to make rice? No. You can just do it right in your pot. And so what you're going to do is you're going to add in your rice. You're going to add in your water. You're going to be like, hey, wait a minute. How much do I add? I don't know. Just a second. Let me show you. When you have your machine, you get to walk. You see my kitchen that way. You get this guide and it talks to you about how do I cook things? Where do I start? Where do I go? And I'm going to look up here. There's a vegetable page. There's a meat page. There's also a beans and a rice page. And so it tells me if I have this much and how much do I do and how long and all that kind of good stuff. So I don't have to worry about guessing or trying to find the right recipe and all that kind of good stuff. This gets used a lot. Like if I have this cut of meat and it's about this many pounds, is it fresh or frozen? What do I do? It's amazing. Okay. So I make a whole bunch of rice. I'm going to put in like 4 cups of rice. So I have like 8 cups that come out of this. And I can use this then for the meal of the night. I'm going to have some leftovers and I can do like chicken fried rice later, which is a 15-minute meal. Pretty amazing. I can sprinkle it into other things. I could do something like a cowboy grub that has tomatoes and some hamburger and that kind of stuff and dump it all together. Kind of like a homemade hamburger helper kind of thing, but tasty. And I control the ingredients, which is nice and super simple. Again, 15 minutes. I can do that on a weeknight. I also use this not just for brown rice. Like I said, I do some beans. Like I said, I do those hard-boiled eggs. So when I need a snack that's filled with protein, or if I need something to go on a salad for lunch or whatever it may be, I can have a bunch of the eggs. And like I said, it only with a 5-5-5 method that doesn't take very long at all. Super easy to peel when it's time to have that snack and I don't have to fight those eggs. Makes for an easy, healthy snack, right? And I also like to use it for chicken breast. So get like a big frozen bag. Maybe you have a 3-pounder, 4-pounder, 5-pounder, whatever it is. Frozen skinless, the boneless, skinless, boneless chicken breast. There you go. You're going to put this in. You're going to get a cup of broth. I'd like to do broth with this, but you could do water and then season it with salt and pepper. That's fine too. Pour that in, put the lid on, and then I'm going to turn it on and the chicken setting. There's a knob on here and it says like chicken or poultry or whatever it is. I go there, comes up, this is 15 minutes. I turn it on and I walk away. When it beeps, I release the steam and I use this guy, the salad chopper, to shred my chicken. Like it's seriously, I grab it, I go, it falls apart. I have chicken for days, okay? I can put some in the freezer and some in the fridge. I can use some right now. And it makes so simple. It makes it so simple to eat healthily and to make sure that we're not going through the drive-through and make sure that we are saving money because I can cook in bulk and I can have that stuff and we're not getting those extra, I don't feel like doing anything. What are we going to do? We're going to have a frozen pizza. Are you going to go through the drive-through? I don't know. It makes life so simple. There's always something to grab. By the way, one last tip for you since you're still watching. when you are cooking and you're getting your pressure cooker ready to go, what I like to do is I like to put it on sear. And when I do the sear setting, as I'm putting the food in here, it's starting to warm it already. It doesn't take as long to come to pressure then. It's going to save you more time. So I hope you love the tips. We'll catch you later. Bye.